Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. It's been a while again, the flu did strike again and it knocked me out for another 4 or 5 days, so finally back at work, finally back feeling pretty close to 100%, around about probably 90. I would think I'm still not quite there, but I'm going to be using a soap today which I absolutely love. They are re-releasing it and it won't be long until it gets re-released, I don't think. Hopefully in the next, I think it's August or something, I think it gets released, and it will be a Maggard exclusive. And the company that will be releasing it is Barrister Man, and this is the stuff. Hell is empty and the devils are here. Fougere Gothique. There is the label on the top. My bathroom is steaming up, and there is the ingredients on the back. Just give me a second. Now, this soap is in the reserve base. Now, historically, using this soap base, I've had great results and I've had average results. I'm going to load the brush reasonably heavy today. I'm going to be doing a head and a neck shave and just see how it goes. Now the soap itself, when you first get the reserve base soap, it's quite soft. Now this is now rock hard. It feels like triple milled soap. I can't even put a dent in it. It's rock hard, which is good. It means it's going to last a while. But what it does mean is that you need to load your brush just a little bit heavier in order to get the right sort of load into the brush, I suppose. I'm going to be using my Pasteur's Envy Shade brush, as you can see there. And the reason I picked this is it looks like a sort of little set of flames, fire and flames, to go with the Fougere Gothique, which is a sort of fire and brimstone type soap. Now the scent on it is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. For me it's a sort of earthy, dark, robust cologne type scent with a slight sweetness to it. Very difficult to describe. It's filling my bathroom up with scent just with a lid off at the moment. It's a very, very strong scented soap. Sits around about an 8 in scent strength. So I've just wet it. No, as you can see, now this is a 25ml, I think. Black wolf knot. And here we go. Oh, that scent. I just love it. My wife hates it, but I love it. I love it so much that I can actually not use it. I have it in the den. Now I'm not too worried now about using this soap because I know it's getting re-released. We'll definitely be grabbing some if I can get my hands on it. I'm hoping if Maggard sells out that they'll do another run of it because it is so popular. And it was very, very popular when it was released as well. As you can see, I'm really loading this brush up heavy. Now, reserve base is a very, very thirsty soap base. So the chances are this could take forever, or I might get lucky and I'll just work out, it'll just work. I'm going to scoop the excess from the tub. Now I do have about 4 or 5 days growth. I think it's actually 5 days growth. That scent is absolutely top drawer. It's, even though it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, it is such a complex, robust, beautiful scent. I'm just going to try and get all over my head. Now, the reserve base from Barrister Man doesn't create a massive voluminous lather like the Glissant base. What it does generally do is it makes a very dense, creamy, slick lather. So I'm going to start adding some water into that hollow now, like so, and hopefully we'll start seeing some nice results. I'm going to be pairing this today with a very robust aftershave as well, something I don't really use a lot of because I'm not a massive fan of the scent. But seeing as I'm going to stink anyway and the wife isn't going to like it, I might so just stick to things that no one likes. Now when I move to the face shave, I will probably go back to the soap again, but we'll see. And surprisingly, this is actually building a bit of a lather today. God, that's sick. That is sort of the lather that I expect from the reserve base. It's very low in volume. But hopefully high in performance. Like I say, I have struggled with this soap base before. Okay, I'm just going to do around my ears, around the top. I'm going to use the 3-inch handled carved razor with the C-plate. And I've got a Gillette super thin in there. This is the razor I'll be using for my face shave as well. So I'm just going to tee up the sideburns. There we go. If you haven't used a Gillette super thin blade, I highly recommend them. These things are so smooth. Sharp. They appear to be very, very consistent in terms of the quality of the shave from them. And as you can see, it just makes light work of anything. I mean, that's nice and BBS there now. The sideburns are bloody beards all over the place. The sideburns look pretty level now. Right, I'm going to finish the shave off now with this bad boy, Gillette Fusion. Great razor. This one's on about 30 shaves or something, I'm not sure. You can see all the blue part down here is all starting to get wrecked now. I'm just going to shut this window now. There we go. So here we go, straight against the grain. Now this one has had a lot of use. As you can see, it still does a good job. Now one thing I like about the Gillette razors, yes, they're not eco-friendly. I know that, I know they're not. I've just taken 3 strokes there. That razor is absolutely chock-a-block, full of hair, full of lather. Straight into this sink of sort of lukewarm water, give it a quick shake, boom, crystal clear. It's one thing that Gillette seems to have over all the other competitors that I've used so far. I haven't used every cartridge razor, to be honest. I would find it a near impossible task to find a better razor than this in terms of cartridges. Some people have said the Schick 5 blade is just as good, if not better. But as you guys know, with cartridge razors, they're expensive. So when you find something that works, I'm generally going to stick to it. Right, back to it. Now, this razor doesn't feel anywhere near as sharp as it did when it was new. Obviously, it's done a lot of shaves now. I still haven't done anything with the blades. I haven't palm stroked them, I haven't stroked them at all. Just filling the sink up a little bit more water. So as you can see again, the razor is chock-a-block full of hair. You can see it all clogged up in there. Fingers crossed, full of shaking the warm water. Bang, crystal clear, nothing in there at all. It just cleans itself out so well in the water. It's even got quite a nice feedback but there's no doubt about it. In terms of quality, I need a little bit more of a shake. I took a little bit too much here that time. In terms of quality, the blades are absolutely incredible. Now the Coles branded razor, I have been recently told that it is made by Persona and is a rebranded make, a rebranded copy of a razor called the M5, I think. Now from what I was told, Persona 5 bladed razors generally have had a bad rap as not being great blades. Sort of inconsistent. You might get a good cartridge followed by a shit cartridge, and that is something that I encountered with the Mach 3 from Gillette. I would buy a pack of 4 blades years ago and I could almost guarantee it. In every pack I'd have one shit blade and I could never quite put my finger on it. It used to really annoy me. Now, this is something that I have noticed with this razor now, is that I do have to generally do more of a clean up pass. To get the BBS finish. I don't advise this, this is dry skin. It's also testament to how good these little parts at the top and the bottom work. I mean, these have obviously been worn into the ground from a lot of uses, yet they still provide a level of slickness. And when you use it on its own like that, you do get that cooling sensation from it. This one is the Fusion Chill. BBS head shave achieved, really nice, lovely. Now I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on now. Thayer's Medicated, another robustly scented product. Just to let the skin settle just a little bit, and then we'll get stuck into the face shave, or the neck shave should I say, not the face shave. I'm just going to put a little bit of water on here. Now I'm going to try it just with the brush as it is. I don't think I'll get very far, but who knows. Yeah, so as you can see, that lot of that is pretty much dead. There's nothing happening with the brush, it's not creating anything else, so I'm just going to dip the tips back into the soap, just for a little bit of soap, not a lot. Oh God, that scent is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. Easily my favourite Barristan Man scent, but then again, this is my favourite scent of every soap that I've ever smelled and used. Going to dip the tips. It's a beautiful soft knot. It's got heaps of scrub as well. So as you can see, this is the sort of lather that I achieve from Barrister's Reserve. I don't profess to be a great latherer of it, I do struggle with it, but it's about as good as it gets for me. Now the interesting thing will be, with the new Fougere Gothique, is will it come out in the new formula, the Excelsior base? I hope it does, because by all accounts that base looks like the kind of base I like working with. Much more along the Glisson line, but that's still a lovely lather, it's still dense, it's still creamy. I know it's still going to be performing well. Now this is where it becomes a pain in the ass. Trying to line this bloody beard up. So this has got the C plate, which is 0.85 blade gap, and have been suggested to try the Game Changer from Razor Rock. From one of the viewers, a long time subscriber, Peter Kaufman, or Kaufman, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Really nice guy. I think he's actually a doctor from memory, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he is. He just seems a really nice bloke, really down to earth, and has got some wonderful shaving gear himself. Right, I think that's about as good as it's going to get. I'm just going to add just a little damp hand and then lather up again. Yeah, really nice soap. I've actually got this lather dialed in pretty nice. You can see how creamy and dense that is just sat there. You can see just on the tips there. At the end of the day, it's not really about volume, it's about performance. It's nice having the volume. But I have had soaps with amazing volume. That just don't perform. So against the grain. This is just slick, as you like. Rinse that off. And see where we're at. Far too much water in the sink for a start. This seems to be my sort of beard shaping razor. Now, a couple of weepers there. I can see that it's just a little bit low there. That doesn't look a million miles away. It's not perfect, it never is. And it's part of the reason why having a beard does not suit my personal taste, or whatever you want to call it. I like things that are pretty much spot on. Right, let's rinse this soap out. As always. Oh God, that scent. When you're in the hot water with it, it just blooms into the it's just phenomenal. Such a good scent. Oh. Now that's, I think I bought that in 2018, 2017, around about October time or September time, whenever it was for Halloween, when it was released. And that was when I purchased it. And it smells as strong and as good as it did the day I bought it. It smells phenomenal. I do want to grab the splash, and I do want to grab the EDP. And the oak beard. Wow. Let's rinse the brush out now. I should really use natural hair brushes with it because the scent would just linger in the brush, but the problem being is I think it would linger so much so that it would affect the smell of the next soap. So just with a few flicks, you can see the knot is very uniform again, which means all the soap is out at the base of the knot and through the tips of the knot. You can just flick it on your towel a little bit. Play it with your hands and boom, there you go. That's exactly what it's meant to look like. Right, am I done? I'm just going to pop a little bit of this on. There's Medicated, which is an excellent product. I'm just going to pop it on my neck today because I don't need to put it on my cheeks, even though I did tidy my cheeks up before I had a shower. Brilliant. Now my beard is really scruffy today. It needs trimming again at the barbers, but it's not quite super bad yet. Let's pop a little bit of beard serum on. Now this is from the Bearded Pirate. Is it the Bearded Pirate? Modern Pirate Superior Crystal Beard Treatment Serum. Now this smells very much like a product my mum used to use when I was younger to condition her hair after she had very curly hair. I used to put this stuff on there. It's got a very light sort of fruity fragrance, and all I do is I just squirt just a little bit like that on my fingers. You don't need lots of this, and I just use one hand. Get it right in as deep as you can. You want this stuff really on your skin as well, because one thing I've noticed with a beard, which I've never had my whole life, even when I had hair, is dandruff. Really strange, so I'm having to sort of do this every day, get right down to the base of the roots of the hair and actually coat my skin as well, and it seems to help a lot. Right, we'll now finish off with the aftershave splash of the day, which is, like I said before at the start, very strong, very potent, tobacco original, lovely little glass bottle, and the lid on it as well is almost like a ceramic feel. Very, very solid lid. I don't know whether it's like pyrite or something, not pyrite, what's it called? As you can see, it's quite loud. Shouldn't really bang it on my teeth. Tobacco, it smells like an old man. That is literally the only way I can describe this stuff. But it's quite a nice scent, it's not too bad. So, good splash of this on the dome. No sting or burn at all, and just a little splash of it on the neck, cheeks, and the beard. And there we have it, superb. It's actually not too bad, that scent, it doesn't bother me too much. I know it'll drive the wife nuts, but we'll see how we go. So the soap for today is my favourite scented soap in the world, really is, I love it. Fougere Gothique from Barrister and Man. All the labels and everything that are on it are all printed on. They're actually printed on the side, they're not stickers or anything, they're all perfectly level. Everything about it is pristine, superb, including the scent. The performance is great, it's just a difficult ladder for me to build. I'm not very good with the reserve base. I never have been, I do struggle with it. Hopefully the new one comes out in the Excelsior base, which should be absolutely superb. The razor for today for the head shave, started off with the carved Christopher Bradley razor with the C-plate 0.85 blade gap. I'll just show you the blade that's in here in case you've never seen it before. It's one of those. So it's a Gillette super thin, and these ones are made in Thailand. These were very kindly sent down to me from a gentleman up in Perth, and his name escapes me. I apologise, mate, if you watch this. And what are we doing here? I forgot the brush. Carried away with that much shit down here today. Envy shaves. Envy shave brush. Look at that handle. Is that not just stunning? And this was for Pasteur's 2017 brush. Beautiful knot, beautiful little brush. Performs very well, it's very ergonomic. And I think, I can't remember, there's only like 12 of them in the world or something like that, 15, something. So I'm really, really chuffed to have it. I actually won that in a raffle or something, I can't remember. Yeah, paid shipping, and I'm over the moon that I won it, because I love that brush. The razor, other razor for the head shave was this, the Gillette. Gillette Fusion, and this one is the, is that hair stuck in there? I'm talking about how good this razor is, and I get some hair stuck in it. I know you're not supposed to do that. There we go. As you can see, it's nice and clear now. It's done about 30 odd shaves now, I think, this blade, this set of blades. Obviously I don't use the razor on the back anymore because I'm not. There's a little blade on the back there for under your nose, which works very, very well. But there's not much more I can say about these razors. If you get 30 plus shaves out of a cartridge razor, then I think you're doing really well. What else did I use? What else did I use? Yeah, the face shave was the carved razor again, which you've already seen. I'm a bit all over the place today, I tell you. Fougere was my first post-shave product today, medicated. This stuff's lovely. Now, one thing I've noticed with Fougere, you can see that liquid is still really clear. Now, they're all clear when you first get them. Now, this one used the peach one, which you can see I haven't used a lot, but you can see the difference in the colour. It's a lot sort of, it's almost like urine. This one's a lot clearer. Now, I don't know whether that's, obviously maybe it could be the medicated part of it with the alcohol, which keeps it from changing colour. In terms of scent, it still smells superb, the peach, but the medicated is my favourite. I absolutely love it. That clove scent is just superb. It works really well with strong scented soaps and strong scented aftershaves. This tobacco's actually not too bad. A little bit of beard serum from the Modern Pirate. It's really good stuff. It is all natural, I believe, but some of the stuff on the back's written not medically, but and it's sort of, can't think of the words now, chemical words. But I think it's reasonably okay. I could be totally wrong. I did trim up my beard and shape it off a little bit with the above the tie Calypso R1. This just seems to be a really nice thin head for just getting it sort of straight. And that looks reasonably good today. I think I'm quite happy with that. The beard looks a bit of a mess, but hey ho. And I'm just going to finish off now with a little bit of a comb, which seems to help sort out some of those stray hairs that drive you nuts. So I comb down here, and then I start combing in from the sides like that, both sides, pulling it in, and then under here I'm actually combing up now. And then what I do is I just grab my hand, pull it down, give it a bit of a flick like that, and I'm sort of done then. That's it. Happy days. Very long video, probably not what everyone's going to watch at the moment, but that's a really nice shave, pretty much irritation free. Couple of little weepers here, BBS head shave. What more can you ask for? Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.